So here are the four categories. A digital token. That's an asset with an issuer backed by a digital utility for capital creation and innovation. I'll give an example. There's a startup here based in Ottawa called Jackal Labs, and I know the founder. We talk, and he's creating basically a network of storage solutions. It's decentralized. People can put their storage infrastructure up on this network, and you have to use their token to buy storage space. So that's an example of a digital utility, digital token, right? And why it fosters innovation is, well, one, the innovation here is imagine using a storage network that isn't controlled by some centralized entity, right? Just as an example, in this case, Jackal Labs. So there's security benefits. Perhaps there's a lot of cost benefits too. From my recall, it's far cheaper than storing things on like AWS or Google Cloud or whatever. And so it has all these benefits. Well, that's what a digital token would be. It provides utility within the closed system of some kind of application or ecosystem. Digital security is an asset with an issuer backed by a security or commodity for capital efficiency and globalization. Let's give an example. You could tokenize Tesla stock. You could tokenize real estate, create tokens, now a digital security that many people can participate in. And this is obviously valuable because imagine if you could take real estate, which is like relatively, well, it's an immobile asset. It's also inflexible. You can't divide it up into small pieces. Imagine if you take a block, an apartment building, you divide it up into a million pieces, and each piece goes for $75 or whatever. And now those can trade in the international markets according to, supply and demand. And what does this do? So this fundamentally creates a lot of opportunities for small businesses to participate in the global capital markets. Imagine if your small business could essentially do an IPO, right? Following all the rules that they're going to lay out further in this framework, giving you access to investors from Bangladesh and from Australia and from Africa and from South America. So this creates a much more efficient market and a more efficient path to globalization. So that's another category. Then you've got digital currency, an asset with an issuer backed by a currency for digital commerce and dollar supremacy. So let's give an example. T is Tether, right? Tether's token. That is, they take US dollars or, US dollar representations like treasuries, US treasuries. They hold for every one of those, they create a token. And now what you have the ability to do is to transact in something that has exactly the same value as a US dollar 24/7 for very little fees. Let's give a very simple use case. You are from India, you landed in Canada, you want to send money back to your family. If you do it through the traditional financial system, you are losing up to 10% of that in transit, and it's going to take tons of time to get to the other side. Now, do it with USDT, it happens in seconds, and it costs almost nothing to do. So this again it's good for digital commerce, for speed, for transparency, it's on a blockchain, and it reduces friction in the system in the form of fees. All right, what about a digital commodity? An asset without an issuer, in bold, backed by digital power for capital preservation and appreciation. Here he's talking about Bitcoin, because that's what's different.